The common folk claim it comes from another world, and that the hunter who claims it will be endued with divine power. Oh, look, we had a baby boy. We're going to give him a really good Lannister name. Tywin. Maybe we can make this a Tywin playthrough after all. Kind of in a roundabout way. But he's a lunatic already. That's crazy. I guess that'll be a little bit on the fun side if we can manage to make it work. We're going to give him the struggle childhood focus. Hopefully he becomes a really good high martial character. Really? You want to be master at arms? No. But that decreases the opinions of me. Wow. It's like you can't win. As I was preparing to sleep, I heard a scuffle outside my bedroom door. Rushing outside, I found that my guards had seized a cloaked man as he was attempting to slip some documents into the room. Under questioning, he revealed that he was working for Lady Osha, and the documents were fabricated evidence intended to turn me against my vassal, Lord Roose III. Wow. Okay. I wonder if we can't... had a little bit of a lag spike there. Good. Improved relations. I can get behind that. I'm happy with improved relations. If only that would happen like kind of across the board, we'd be good. Did Greatjon seriously just die? Good Lord. Helen Reed, step up to the plate, my friend. You're going to train children. You're going to train my children. You're going to make them good. I can buy a knighthood. I do have the trait to, or I do have the ambition to become a knight. Or I can hold another feast and try to improve opinion. Or I can go on a foreign tour. Let's buy a knighthood first. That'll complete that ambition, which is good. Good, more improved opinions of me. We can get behind that. And let's fall in love. Hopefully that triggers an event to either have a lover or take Arya as a lover. Because she still doesn't like me. And I really can't help it because she has claims on my titles. So, but it doesn't matter because her children would inherit anyways. So I don't know why it's that big of a bother. Alright, let us keep on amassing some gold. And I think we may actually go on a foreign tour next. See where we can go. Look, Roose Bolton passed away. Died a natural death. What is Ramsay's opinion of me? Oh, not good. He wants a seat on the council, but his stewardship is really crappy. Maybe he can be our spy master. Let's see. Our master of whispers is currently Lord Robin the Unchaste, the Lord of the Broken Branch. We can... let's choose Alaric Flint right here. Let's have you collect taxes in Winterfell. His opinion would go down 15. 15 more. I'm gonna hold off. I know Ramsay wants a seat, but we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait on that. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna go on a foreign tour, right here. I think we may also... no, we won't do that. it would negatively influence. Perhaps. Maybe not. It may actually make... Let me look at the opinion. We may assimilate and become a former Southron, culture-wise, to help with the opinions of these guys, because there's only 3 that wouldn't like it. I would lose 200 prestige, but that's okay. Let's do it. Now I'm no longer a foreigner. Okay, now, while we're here, I think I'm going to go on a foreign tour. So probably, well, let's do the free cities. Let's do decent length. And hopefully I return a better man. I don't have any other titles that my regent can dish out, so that's okay. And actually, I don't even think I have a regency going. Alright. Let's see what becomes of this. Oh yeah, we do. Stefan. But I don't have any things that they can... That's kind of weird. I don't have any holdings that they can kind of dish out. Let's do nothing for now on that front. I'm hoping we can get some good events pop up while we're on this foreign tour. Old Volantis. The captain calls out, "Volantis in sight." You marvel at the sheer size of the Volantine harbor as your ship berths at one of the wharfs. While your captain ties off the ship, you pay for a palanquin to make your way to the fishmonger's square. You see the merchant's house, and though you want to rest and have an invitation from Triarch Cavo Mager, so you hurry across the long bridge, past the incredible temple of the Lord of Light, and approach the black wall. A guard stops you, barking in a foreign tongue. Unsure of what he said, you present him your invitation. He looks it over and then calls out, and the gate opens. How marvelous. It's time for you to leave your current location and move on to your next destination. Time is short, and there's oh so much to see in this world. So, onwards to Tyrosh. We need to put our council to work. Let's see. Let's have our Septon actually perform charity. Ooh. During your travels through Tyrosh, you notice a local smith who offers to make you a sword or a set of armor for a price, of course. Let's do armor. I like the idea of that. Okay. We need to improve diplomatic relations, but in the meantime, I actually want to view who has the lowest opinion of me. It's probably the Karstarks. Yeah. Let's send them to the Karstarks. Improve diplomatic relations over there. There's an open council position. Did I not see that? Master of Whisperers. Ramsay Bolton. All that looks good. Let's continue our foreign tour. The smith has returned to you a couple of days later with a set of armor for you. It is strong steel and engraved with your house's sigil on the breastplate. Hear me roar. Tyrosh. Your captain manages to get your ship to the walls of Tyrosh. Friendly, you hear someone yell from the Bleeding Tower, which we will take over in the Custom House playthrough. If you haven't watched that, go watch that now. As the captain docks, you head into the city and you pass a myriad of temples to one god or another. Finding the familiar insignia of the maiden, you enter and say a prayer of thanks. Then leave an offering before continuing toward the council house for your meeting with Archon Malakwo Zokan. And you hear the masterwork crafts of the armorsmiths. No time, so you pass by the fountain of the drunken god to the black dragonstone walls and wait to be announced. How marvelous. It's time for you to leave your current location and move on to your next destination. Time is short, and there's oh so much to see in this world. Onwards to Myr. Just waiting on that pop-up to come up. There we go. After many days at sea and on your ship, you have finally arrived at Myr. You're very excited and cannot wait to explore these new lands in the merman culture. The local nobles are having a feast and have invited me to join them. There we go. Everything is going very well. You have quickly learned about the local merman customs and etiquette and managed to navigate your way through conversation about mundane and politically sensitive with great ease. I gained diplomacy. Good. It's about time something good happens. Myr, your captain sails into Myr and docks the ship. As you enter, you hear one of the mermen singing, "I loved a maiden as fair as summer." And you remember the tune, but you can't quite remember the lyrics. Still, you begin humming it as you enter the city walls. You find yourself on a black stone road, surrounded by numerous artisan shops, some hawking carpets, some lens and other fine materials. All of the shops have beautifully crafted glass windows. Next, you come to Grand Constructs housing scholars and artists. Your curiosity calls, but you fight it and head to the council house to meet with Magister Rogo Lornell. How marvelous. Apparently, one of the courtiers has been annoying my wife Arya. Instead of asking me for help, she took matters into her own hands and made sure the courtier would never annoy her again, or he'd know the consequences. She did the right thing for sure. It's time for you to leave your current location and move on to your next destination. Onwards to Pentos. Yeah, cool. A young artist is working on a divine icon of the warrior, the aspect of the seven representing strength in battle. He needs sponsorship to finish it, and we're going to give it to him. And gain one martial, and gradually get our stats up to where they need to be. There we go. After many days at sea and on your ship, you have finally arrived at Pentos. Magister Rogo the Spider. Whilst I was walking down the street in Pentos, I took a wrong turn and stumbled into a local brothel. The numerous Pentosi beauties that reside here look quite enticing. So I can either gain chaste and one learning, or lustful and one intrigue. Yeah, we'll do lustful. Pentos. The ship sails into Pentos, bathed in the wall's shadows, where you notice that the walls and the towers are poorly manned. Inside, you see a crowd of people surrounding a temple as a cloaked figure spurts off something. You try to make it out, but all you get is something about a draught and a light. As you make your way down the road, a palanquin carried by 6 men, their beards elegantly twisted into twin braids, pushes past. One of the guards shouts something at you in common Valyrian and shoves you. You dust yourself off and hurry towards the Magister's palace, or the Prince's palace, to join Magister Kosomo Naratis. Kosomo Naratis. How marvelous. And now we're done. Onwards to Braavos. Have a little bit more to take care of. I think Braavos is probably our last stop. I think that was kind of how the order ended up going. After many days at sea and on your ship, you finally arrive at Braavos. Sea Lord Beko Tenderis. Whilst in Braavos, I met a lovely woman called Muralia. Not malaria. A courtier of Sea Lord Beko. We both get along very well over a night of drinking, and there is clear mutual attraction in the air. Do I dare pursue her and ask that she return home to me? The Mistress of Swords. No, let's not do that. She doesn't have any fertility. She doesn't have good stats. Not that I really want to gain the piety, but I mean, what's the point of doing that? Braavos. As your ship approaches the Titan, standing astride the entrance of the harbor, it lets out a roaring blast that startles you, causing you to stumble backwards. The captain chuckles before steering the ship into the Canal of Heroes and settling the ship in Shekwi port. You start to crisscross the canals. In one direction you find the arsenal, not here, so you cross another. There you find a fish market and begin to grow frustrated. You turn back and cross another, ending up in front of the building with black and white doors. After crossing several more canals, you find the Sea Lord's palace to greet Sea Lord Beko Tendaris. It's time for you to leave your current location. Oh, we have to go to Norvos next. Maybe Norvos is the last one. It's quite a long foreign tour, but I'm cool with that. Definitely cool with that. We've gained lustful and a little bit of stats. And now we're here, High Priest Moralin II. Whilst you stopped in Norvos, some fighters approached you, and their leader asked if they could join you on your travels. They noticed that you were not of this land and thought that you would be their best chance to explore the world. Luco joins us. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Get a little bit of culture back at home. The new fighters you recently allowed to join have not been getting along well with your other men. Recently, a small brawl broke out, and some of your men are demanding you get rid of these foreigners. Yeah, the new ones have to go. That's fine. Norvos. A beset journey joins you to the drawbridge of Norvos. Inside is a marketplace, and all around you are caravans from lands far and near. As you hop from cart to cart, a large bell chimes across the city, sending Norvosi men, their mustaches oiled and kempt, a bald Norvosi woman scurrying off in pairs. Unsure of what just happened, and with the peddlers packing up, you head to the great temple of the bearded priests. You make your way up the center steps for a meeting with the High Priest Marilyn II, yearning for a taste of the local specialty, Nasha, at one of the drink houses afterwards. And now I'm home. So before we get home from the foreign tour, I decided to change up the beard a little bit. I was trying to do the hair, but you can't really see it under the crown, so I'm not super concerned about that. But I figured, the king would have maybe grown out his beard a little bit more, changed things up a little bit since he's been gone. We should be back from the overseas tour. Here we go. I've started missing home. I thought we already did that. Hopefully we're not stuck in this endless loop. There we go. After visiting many exotic places and meeting many interesting people, you finally arrived home, and your tour comes to an end. Oh, we lost stress. Good. I'm not stressed anymore. The regency has ended. So now we need to designate a new regent, and we'll do Stefan Frey. Arya's opinion of me is entirely neutral. There we go. Ha 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 ha. Here's the event. Lately, you have heard persistent rumors from peasants and travelers in the wilds that a strange mythical beast has been sighted in your realm. It's a white stag, powerful and elusive. The common folk claim it comes from another world, and that the hunter who claims it will be endued with divine power. Yes, let's send people out to find it. This would be amazing. Haha! Good news, my lord. We received credible reports of a recent sighting of the great white stag in the county of Weeping Bay. Saddle my horse. Let's go get it. Oh, and Arya's pregnant. I can get down with that. Weeping Bay is over here. Not that far of a travel. Let's see if we can capture the white stag and get some divine power all up in this. You've gathered your followers and your hunting dogs. You have saddled your horse and prepared your weapons. You are ready to set out to hunt the great white stag. An epic hunt it shall be. During your hunt, you come to a deep gorge. Right on the other side is the white stag staring at you. You're so close, yet you cannot reach it. As it runs away, you realize that you must return home without victory this time. Now I know my purpose in life, so I gain the trait Hunter, which is good, and 1 Martial. And I am known as the Hunter, and the white stag eludes me. Cool. I can dig that. Hunter's a decent trait. We can work with that. Let's see if these raiders are... No, they're not strong enough to do anything, so we're okay there. All right. That's good. Hunting actually worked out. Well, Aegon just declared war on us. De jure war over the north. He's not a dragon rider, but Dany is. I don't know if Dany's actually going to end up leading any troops, though. Sir Marshall's not very high. She's not a very good commander. So we'll have to see. I'm not super worried about him because... Oh, look, he actually had a son, though. That's surprising. They were getting a little bit old. I was getting a little bit worried. He's 44, she's 42. It's surprising that they actually had a child. Wonder if it's legitimate or not. Anyways, he can muster about 80,000 men. I can muster about 13,000. That's good. That's very good. No, I don't think we'll be able to win this war.